Brahmari Nada, the secret inner sound behind all sound, a mystical transmission on the hum of creation and the path to inner stillness. Have you ever heard a soft hum inside your head while meditating? A sound with no source, no echo, no end? In the deepest teachings of yoga, there is a sound so subtle, so sacred, that it is said to be the very vibration of consciousness itself. This is Brahmari Nada, the inner bee-like hum that unlocks the gates to silence, stillness, and self-realization. In this sacred transmission, we'll explore the mystery of Brahmari, why the ancient rishis revered this sound, and how you can access it to awaken the subtle body and dissolve thought into pure being. What is Brahmari Nada? Brahmari means bee. Nada means sound or stream of vibration. Together, Brahmari Nada refers to a deep, resonant inner sound that mirrors the gentle hum of a black Indian bumblebee. But this sound is not heard with the physical ears. It is perceived in the heart space, in the third eye, and in the deep mind. In the yogic tradition, this hum is not just metaphor. It is a real, experiential doorway. It arises as the senses turn inward, a process known as pratyahara, and when prana becomes still, the inner currents of energy begin to vibrate in unison. The first thing heard in this state is the bee. The ancient texts describe this as the first sound of inner awakening, leading to subtler sounds like flutes, bells, cymbals, and finally, the thunderous silence of the Supreme. Scriptural references and yogic lineage. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika speaks of Nada Yoga, where the seeker listens to the inner sounds of consciousness. It says, "Wherever the mind goes, let the attention return to the inner sound. The sound will lead the mind into absorption." In the Shiva Samhita, the yogi hears 10 inner sounds, beginning with chirping, flowing water, bells, and finally, a sound resembling lightning without thunder. Brahmari is one of the earliest, most accessible steps on this sacred inner ladder. It is both a pranayama practice and a spontaneous inner event, and when heard deeply, it pulls the soul toward its source. Modern science meets ancient sound. Neuroscience has begun to explore what yogis knew thousands of years ago. When we hum during Brahmari pranayama, the vibration stimulates the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve connecting brain to heart to gut. This activation calms the nervous system, reduces anxiety, lowers blood pressure, and stabilizes the mind. Even more fascinating, studies show that humming increases nitric oxide in the sinuses, boosting immunity and oxygen flow to the brain. This prepares the body for deep states of meditation. But beyond the biology, there is mystery. The hum becomes a portal, not just into relaxation, but into the subtle field of silence where thought dissolves and awareness expands beyond the body. Brahmari as a city gateway. The sages knew all cities begin in stillness, and Brahmari Nada brings the seeker to that edge, the edge of silence where the mind falls away and the soul emerges like the moon behind dissolving clouds. Brahmari awakens the Ajna chakra, the third eye, and activates the Anahata chakra, where the unstruck sound eternally plays. This resonance opens the central channel or Sushumna Nadi, preparing the subtle body for advanced yogic powers or siddhis. Practiced daily, this sound withdraws the senses, pratyahara, stills the mental field, nirodha, guides prana into the central axis, sushumna, and opens the doorway to true silence, not the absence of sound, but the presence of the infinite. How to practice Brahmari pranayama. You do not need years of training to begin this sacred practice. You need only the breath and the willingness to listen. Step-by-step guide. 1. Sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Spine tall, chin slightly tucked, hands resting gently. 2. Close the eyes, relax the jaw and lips. 3. Take a slow, deep inhale through the nose. 4. On the exhale, softly hum like a bee, not through the mouth but with lips closed. 5. Let the hum fill your skull, your heart, your entire being. 6. Feel the vibration. Become the vibration. 7. After 5 to 7 rounds, sit quietly in stillness and listen within. Tips. Plug your ears with your thumbs if you like to enhance inner sound. Perform before dawn or at dusk for best subtle effects. Stay alert. You are not trying to make something happen. You are trying to hear what is already there. Over time, the hum you generate with breath will be replaced by a hum that arises on its own. This is the sacred Brahmari Nada. Beyond technique, a return to the unstruck sound. There is a moment in every true seeker's path when the practice becomes the practitioner, when the mantra chants itself, when the breath breathes itself, when the hum hums from a place that is not the mouth, but from the very fabric of being. This is not poetic, it is real, and it has been experienced by yogis, sages, and mystics in every age, in every lineage. Brahmari Nada is not just a sound, it is the first song of the universe, the vibration before thought, before form, before time. It is still here, inside you, waiting to be heard. Begin your journey with 7 breaths, 7 hums, 7 doorways to stillness. If this sacred path calls to you, you may also explore personalized mantra guidance and deeper yogic initiation. The next video in this sacred series is The Yogic Science of Nirodha, True Thought Cessation in Patanjali's Path, a transmission into silence beyond mind. Subscribe now to walk with us through the inner cosmos, and remember, it is not in the noise, but in the hum beneath all sound that the self is waiting.